We have members still joining. We'll wait for maybe a few more minutes, then we'll kickstart this episode of our Knowledge Bite session. Our faculty has already joined for the session, so we'll wait for another few minutes and then we'll start. Uh, Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Sir,
sir.
sir, I think you are mute, sir. Sanjay, sir, you are, I think,
No,
on
I
mute.
know, I muted myself. Well, no, we'll wait for others. 5 मिनट
Sure,
वेट
sir.
करेंगे ठीक ओके
Okay, sir.
Good afternoon, Darsab. हाँ Am I गुड आफ्टरनून audible? सर
Good afternoon.
और ये वो बोल रहा है सामने वाला वेलकम में उधर तो जगह भी नहीं बड़ा
Naveen,
स्क्रीन
sir, I will make you presenter again, sir, in few minutes. Then you will get some more options. So,
Yeah, sure.
तरफ है ना वहां लगा देंगे वो इसी टीवी पर तो वो सही बात भी है कि कोई रिसेप्शन में आ रहा है जा रहा है कोई भी वहां से गुजर रहा है तो उसको
हाँ ठीक
एक निखिल जी मैं तो एक मीटिंग में आपको 5 से 10 मिनट में कॉल करता हूँ ठीक है
Sanjay, sir, if you want to mute yourself, sir, you are on mute.
J9 वाला जो अपन देखे थे ना आपके साथ जाके
एक सेकंड हेलो
So, we have close to 40 participants now. It's already 4:01. So, we'll wait for one more minute because we have promised you sharp to start at 4 o'clock and not to go beyond 5. So, I'll try to stick to our promise. We'll wait for one more minute and then we'll kickstart our session so that participants will keep joining in between. Okay, so a very good afternoon to all the esteemed mentees and the mentors who have joined for the promised session that we are going to have today, the Knowledge Bite session on SAP S4 HANA and Road Ahead in Sale. As you all know that we have kick-started a unique reverse mentoring process across our organizations where we have identified some young mentors who have been attached to senior leaders of our organizations who are as acting as a mentees, and they are continuously interacting on emerging technologies, discussing and trying to take advantage of the I would say some enlarged know-how in these emerging technologies. So in addition to having those interactions and different kind of skill upgradation programs, we have launched this knowledge white session, which is taking place on the first Saturday of every month from 4 o'clock. So it's been we are greatly thankful to entire mentors and mentees, as well as HRD senior leadership, and we have been successfully conducting this for last 4 months, and this being the fifth episode. So the participation has really been encouraging, but we are looking forward to get some more participation, because we have close to 300 mentors and mentees. So without taking much of your time, we'll quickly delve into today's session that has been much demanded in some of the past sessions. We are going to talk about SAP, S4 HANA, and the buzzword that has been going on in our organization in particular, when we have taken a humongous task of SAP harmonization and integration across our different plants and units, and having single instance at the cell level. So we reached out to Sri Puneet Sharma sir, Executive Director, CNIT Corporate Office, and sought his guidance. And he gladly, extended his support. And then we got in touch with Naveen Jain sir, and he has, enthusiastically given his support that okay, we can, definitely utilize this platform to talk about the elephant in the house, I would say. Sir, a very warm good evening to you, and welcome to this very brief session, sir. The session that we have planned is we'll have a talk about 30 odd minutes, and we'll try to hear your expert input on the topic. And in the meantime, if any esteemed mentees or mentors would like to delve into a particular topic, or would like to ask anything or add anything, feel free and try to make it more interactive. So welcome again, sir, and I would request you to kindly take forward the session. Naveen Jain sir, please.
Thank you, Chandra Kumar. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sanjay Dhar, other mentors and mentees. At the outset, I would say that it is a very, very good program. This is the first time I'm being part of this, but and you talked about various themes which have already been covered, the digital themes, and that way it is a very good initiative, because ours is such a large organization. Reaching out to the people is one of the most important tasks, because we see that there's so many interactions which are going on, but still not everyone is aware about what is happening. Maybe in some places, for example, we are lucky to be in corporate office, so we get a overall 360-degree view. But in plants, in other units where people are, day in and day out working, so this is a very, very good platform that more and more people are aware about what exactly are the initiatives being taken in the organization, so that tomorrow they can also, act as our brand ambassador, tell others that what is happening. So first of all, I would like to congratulate MTI on this very great initiative. I had uploaded a presentation, but there were some changes, so I would just give me a second. I will upload the latest version, and then I will run it through from that side. Just one second.
Sure, sir. In the meantime, why don't we ask our users, how has been their experience so far? So, you can go in the chat box, and then you can, uh, type in maybe a word or two. How has been your experience over last few sessions that we had? Or if you have any particular topic in your mind that you'd like to, have a discussion in upcoming sessions, so that also you can go ahead and type in the chat box.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thanks. My presentation is all ready, and another very good thing. This software I'm seeing for the first time, and it is appears to be a very good software, and probably it can replace other paid softwares which we are using, Zoom and all, because the kind of flexibility it is offering is very good. So another congratulations to MTI for being open to new ideas and trying out new softwares. So I think with this, I will start my presentation. So essentially, as you can see the tagline, I hope the presentation is visible to everyone. If somebody is not able to to see the presentation, kindly let me know. Okay.
Okay, it's
So
visible, sir. We can.
yeah. So we are calling this thing that the sale is embracing centralized S4 HANA. We call it a business led and a technology enabled project. We whatever we do is for the business, so the leadership has to be the business, and this is something which we have to bear in mind, that although technology, maybe IT is acting as an enabler, but it is, as we say, for the for the business, by the business, and for them only. So that is one thing which we have to always keep in mind, that it is not, we should never think of any ERP project as an IT project. All the ERP projects are for the business only. So that is why we are calling a business led and a technology enabled project. How we are asking the business to lead it, I will cover it when we come to various slides. So this is the agenda. Chandranath said that I have to be brief, so I will try to contain myself. Although it is one area where I get excited, so I might try to cross the time limit, but still I would try to contain myself within the allotted time. So these are some of the areas which we will be covering. That what is SAP S4 HANA, what is the background, what why we have come so far, what is the reason, what are the challenges which are there, and what is the way forward, and overall in the project, what are the challenges which are involved. So all these things I will be covering in the presentation. Now, if we talk about SAP, we all know, I'll not take much time on that, but only for certain people where they are not initiated. SAP basically stands for the System Applications and Products in Data Processing. So that is it's a kind of an acronym, SAP. It's not pronounced as an SAP because, as some Germans were saying, that SAP means some not a very good term. So it is called SAP and not SAP. So it is called SAP and not SAP. So SAP is something which we should call not SAP. So this is just one thing which I would like to say. And it is the most widely used tool globally for enterprise resource planning. Now, in an enterprise, you have various functionalities, various functions. You have production, you have marketing, you have maintenance, you have finance, you have HCM, that is the human capital management. So it is one single software which gives you a window for managing all these items. In the sense that what happens is that all the items are somehow linked with each and every thing. That means whenever we talk about something, for example, if I talk about a human in this, then that person is linked with a department. Now that department is linked with the cost center. So that way a kind of a chain is established. So this is the main, you can say, the main advantage or main USP of an enterprise resource planning. That whenever we are planning something, we are planning as an enterprise, as not as an individual entity or as a individual area, so as to say. Now, SAP ERP has become the global standard for ERP. If you look at Fortune 500 companies, if you look at most of the companies, all are using ERP. So, in fact, you can say that SAP that way does not have any competitor, because the next nearest probably would be the Oracle Financials, and even that is not as popular as SAP. So SAP, you can say, is the version of ERP which is almost all the the large organizations are using it. And now once SAP has gone to the cloud, even the smaller organization who could not afford SAP are using this. So that way it is one of the, you can say, the most popular software as far as ERP is concerned. Now, as for HANA, basically there are various um, uh, initially ERP came with R2 suite, then it was changed to R3. The current version which we are using is ECC. It's basically called ECC, ERP Central Component. what we are using ECC version 6.0, which is reaching the end of support by 2027. Now there are other flavors also, like for example Suite on HANA, where the functionalities are same as ECC, but the backend becomes HANA. So this is so for the people who cannot understand this. One of the thing is that the current version of SAP which we are using, it is compatible with practically any operating system and any database. So what happens is that I can have the Linux as the operating system, I can have Unix as the operating system, and in the background I can have Sybase, I can have Oracle, I can have some other version of database. So all these things are currently available on ECC. But going forward, what is happening is the SAP has changed its stance now, and it has acquired HANA. HANA was a different database. It has acquired that company. So now going forward, all the developments which will take place on HANA platform only. And HANA, it stands for High Performance Analytical Appliance. It's an appliance based system where the RAM availability is very high. So that is why the transactions become very very fast. So if you look at the lower part of the slide where I have mentioned about S4 HANA, that it stands for Suite for HANA. It is a successor to SAP R3, and it is optimized for SAP's in-memory database, which is SAP HANA, and it leverages the power of in-memory computing to process vast amounts of data, and that is why the transactions are very very fast. Transactions runs 10 times, 20 times, 50 times as much fast as they do in the current version. And particularly another advantage is that it supports the advanced technologies such as AI, machine learning, and advanced analytics. These are also, it provides that native support which was missing in the earlier version. I'll just another slide. I'll talk about the differences between S4 HANA and SAP ECC. The database earlier, as I was mentioning, ran on all kind of databases. That means DB2, Oracle, SQL Server, SAP MaxDB, and similarly, even the front end, the operating system could also be different. Now, deployment options was also, you could put it on premise, or you can use public cloud. Now, if you talk of S4 HANA, the operating system generally is Linux, and the backend remains that has become HANA. Deployment option, you can still have on-premise deployment, but largely SAP is moving towards a cloud kind of an environment. So the environment which is being favored now is either private cloud, or a hybrid kind of environment, or a public cloud. Now, if we talk about the user experience, you would remember that earlier we have the standard GUI kind of interface, but with the newer version, you get a different SAP Fiori apps. So, and it is you do not need a separate GUI kind of a thing, and you can directly upload it on your movable devices. So that way, one thing which was missing earlier on was, because most of the things the transactions have shifted to mobile. Everybody wants to do a transaction on mobile, so that was a kind of a constraint. With S4 HANA, now that constraint has been removed. So the the UI which comes, that can handle both your the PC version also, and the mobile version also. And another point is, as I was mentioning, that for BI currently, what was done was, because the ECC systems are not very fast, so at the end of the day, all the data was transferred to a different BI system, and from where the business intelligence report, for example, some sort of let us say flash reports, or those reports were generated. So now with this kind of newer version, you can have on the fly reports. Even the analytical reports can be generated on the fly. So I have a transaction running, and after 5 minutes I can see the effect of that transaction on my BI report. And that is how the advanced functionality which were not available in ECC, for example, the embedded analytics. Now those are available in HANA, which can be which can be used on top of the basic transactional system. So this is one additional thing which has come in the SAP S4HANA. I'll just talk about the background. We are not new in this era. We started the ERP implementation journey in 2005, uh, when the Bilai was the pioneer in this particular field, and based on the functionalities being offered by SAP and Oracle, the SAP ERP was finalized as the ERP for sale business, and that I think that was the right decision, because as I was saying, that most of the organizations are utilizing SAP ERP only. Bhilai was the pilot in 2007. One thing which we did, that was that we adopted a uniform ERP package. This is one decision which we took, and we adopted a uniform codification system. Although one mistake which we made, you can say a mistake, was that we decided that we will have different instances of ERP. So that was maybe it was a suitable choice or the right choice at that point of time. But thankfully, one particular good decision which we made was that we will adopt a single uniform codification system for all across, for managing our master data record, comprising of vendors, materials, services, products, and customers. So this is one decision which we took. Uh, so what has happened is that uh, overall, we decided that for vendors, for services, and for the materials which you are buying, we will use the Bhilai UCS system, and for the products and customers, we will use a centralized system of CMO. So this is one decision which was taken. So essentially, what it means is that if I have to create a vendor, now I may be having a separate ERP at Bhilai, and I may be having a separate ERP at Rourkela. But what happens is that if I have to create a vendor, I have to go to the centralized UCS system. I have to create the vendor there, and the same vendor I have to use. So that way, at least some sort of uniformity has been maintained when we are running the reports, and also the everything is coming from the same. But what has happened is that over a period of time, although we have a single master data system, but we do not have a master data governance. So what we are seeing is that for particular thing, for a particular material, we have different codes at different plant. For same vendor, we have different codes at different plants. Thankfully, for product and customers, that is a finished material which we are selling. This is being managed by CMO, so there the disparity is less that way. I think I will skip this slide. So this just tells about the how we have implemented ERP. The last have been at corporate office and at ISP in 2019. Yeah, one good thing which we have done is that in 2019, when we implemented ERP, we decided to go in for cloud system. So we have gone for SAP HEC cloud. Rest of the places, so currently we have 7 instances. So rest of the places, that is 5 instances, are on premise system. So you can say that latest ones have been on cloud. So our this way we have been able to privy to the experience on cloud, that how the cloud scenario works, or whether there are any issues or not. So it has been a good initiation in that area, we can say. Now, if we talk about the IT roadmap, the IT roadmap was again, we prepared a roadmap where for some expert things, we took the services of Deloitte, but mainly these were the key drivers for those IT roadmap. That means that we wanted to know that when we should shift to HANA, and with the current digital thrust, we wanted to expedite this particular initiative. We wanted to have a single source of truth, because what we are seeing now is multiple sources of truth. The shop is reporting one data, the plant is reporting one data, corporate office is reporting one data. So and this is understood. It is not that somebody is doing it. It is a different kind of database which is being maintained, because of which some variations are coming. So but at the end of the day, what happens is once you have multiple sources, so we wanted that the version of truth should be a single. Another thing is the depleting manpower across plants and units. you know we had 1 lakh plus people. Now you see people have, it has come down around 60,000, and maybe down the line, 2 years 3 years down the line, maybe it will become half. So we have to, and what is happening is that the kind of work which we have to do is increasing everywhere. The expectations is that sale will provide them everything. My customer demands, my vendor demands, my employee demands, that has increased. So you cannot handle all these things without having a good digital outreach. So this is another key driver for a roadmap. And obviously the plants, because I was saying that 2005 2006 we started, so hardware was becoming obsolete. So the major recommendations which were there from the consultant and from our side was that we should go for an S4 HANA in a single instance, which will take care of so many issues which we are having. I think somebody is Sandeep is raising hand. Whether Chandra, we will take questions later on, or we should take them now. Please tell us.
We can take Sandeepji. Do you want to share anything? Okay. I think he might be experimenting with the user interface.
Okay, fine.
In the
Yeah.
meantime, we have one added information. The Pankaj from ISP is saying that PwC was consultant at ISP and TCS was the implementation partner. Okay. We have one more question from Rahulji, who is asking what is in-memory computing. So maybe we can discuss these at the end of the presentations also, sir.
Sure. Yeah. So as I was saying that our major IT roadmap was that single instance, we have to go for cloud, and then we have to take a consultant to facilitate the process harmonization, tendering, and post implementation support for sale. Now, you must be knowing that we are calling this as Project Vihan. Vihan essentially means sunrise, or we are calling start of a new era. Start of a new era, we can say that a new era of a digitalization, of a centralization, because currently we are using resources as per our plants and units. Now we are starting a new era where everything will be centralized. I've talked about all these things. I just quickly tell about what are the background, what are the visions, and current key challenges. As I told, we are having 7 independent SAP instances. We are having 5 systems on-premise, 2 are on cloud. We are having multiple third-party system interfaces. Smaller units are still having non-SAP system. HCM, we are not having anywhere. And consolidation and reporting is being done in BI. And I was telling you that there are the issues with BI because you do not get current data. So the adoption of BI has also been less at plants and units. For example, in CMO, BI has been adopted for all their flash reports, but other plants and units have not adopted BI so much. Now, again, because of non-standard system or non-centralized system, what are the issues which are there? The master data governance becomes a complex issue, which we are seeing now. As I was saying, that same product has different codes, so that becomes a challenge. You don't have a real-time consolidation. You do get the consolidated figure, but that is after a time has elapsed. Everybody wants to know the current status, but then that is not possible. Process standardization, is missing. What has happened is that somebody has adopted a standard process, others have adopted a non-standard process. So it becomes a kind of a khichdi kind of a situation. Somebody has something, somebody else has something else. You do not have visibility of historical data or transactions, because as I was saying that everybody is maintaining their data in a different fashion, so you do not have that visibility. The compliance report is not through the system, although we have compliance reporting, but then it is not through the system. The result is of accounting and financial closing becomes a painful procedure, because we have to take the data from some you have to take from a SAP system, somebody has to take from non SAP system, then you have to put it in another system, then compare, then see that what is coming, then there are obviously issues which come. So all these things become a woe, and obviously the main thing is that inadequate reporting capabilities and analytics is the buzzword now, and without a reason, because everybody wants to know what if kind of a scenario, what if I had done this, what is it that I did wrong, what is it that I did correctly. So everybody wants to have the analytics, but today if you see, we have MIS now. MIS and analytics, there is a lot of difference. MIS is only a management information system. It tells you ये हुआ, पर क्या हो सकता था, क्या मतलब, whether there are different kind of things like predictive analytics, you have prescriptive analytics, you have different kind of things which you cannot do with the current system. Now, if we talk about S4 HANA, and these are some of the things which we think that which will happen, is, as I was saying, that improved predictions because of so much data which comes in. Automation of process, which is also very, very important. Currently, we are having a lot of processes where the automation is missing. Compliance becomes an issue. Account closing will become faster. Vendor invoice, we are also bringing in certain things like, for example, VIM, vendor invoice management, where the invoice verification and this they become automated. Digital dashboard for quick decision making, real time data insights, and obviously the user experience with enhanced mobility. As I was saying, that this is one of the demand of today's customer, today's employee, everyone, vendor, everybody wants that the data should be available on my mobile. Now, what has been our the steps in our S4 HANA journey so far? We finalized the IT roadmap. We formed the interplant teams for harmonization of processes. uh, for the people who do not know about SAP, these are various modules. For example, SD is sales and distribution, materials management, FICO is your finance and controlling, PP is your plant maintenance, production planning, PM is your plant maintenance, quality maintenance, HCM is your human capital management, that is the HR system, and MDM again, master data management. So basically, we formed teams for all these areas. Then we appointed Messrs. PwC through a open tender. Again, it was a QCBS kind of tender, because we wanted good people to align with us, to be with us. So Messrs. PwC has been adopted, has been taken on board as a consultant. Now, the business process master list has been completed by harmonization team, with the inputs from the consultant. And as of now, as we stand today, the BPML, which is called the business process master list, and FRS, that is the functional requirement specifications, that is what is it that we want in our system, which is a combination of as is plus what we want, matlab our aspirations. So that is your FRS. Okay, so all these things have been finalized now. These are some of the initiatives which we have already done. Like, for example, we had a physical session at Calcutta. We ran the online contest for naming the project. We wanted, the outreach. We wanted more and more people should be part of this process. So there were about 327 entries which were received, and the process, we had senior people, ED level people, who finalized the name. And as I was saying, that it is Vihan, which is sunrise. And we had various multiple interactive sessions. In between, we also organized a visit to Jindal Stainless, because they have already adopted S4 HANA. We had a Tata Steel session at MTI. Again, MTI, Mr. Dhar, Sanjay Dhar, and Chandranath, they helped us with this session. where the came people, eight faculty members came from Tata Steel, and there were a lot of people from our side, around 35 people, and we had a very good session. And as we go forward, we will have many more interactions. If I talk about the governance structure for this entire project, because now I'm coming to that aspect where I was saying that it is how the functional is part of this entire journey. So if we look at this, for driving this project, what has happened is that we have formed something called process owners who will own the process. So they are ED level people. I'll come to the next slide. The process champions are basically the CGM level people, because one process or a module will have number of sub modules under it. So process champions actually own the process, the particular sub modules. Under that, we have the harmonization team. Now, in harmonization team, we have people from both from IT and non-IT. The process owners and process champions are from function only. We do not have a single person from IT. So this is where, as I was talking to you, that it is a function-led, technology enabled. So what we have tried to do is that the functional should own the project, right? So it is only in the harmonization team where at the field level where we have a mix of the functional people and the technical people. And what we have taken done is we have taken some people from all the plants. That means one two people we have taken in both functional and technology, who are currently holding handling ERP. So those we have taken. And then we have also designated the design authority, whereby the IT people, there is the technology pieces coming in. The IT heads of various plants and units, ERP implemented plants and units, members from corporate office and CET, they are part of the design authority. So this is how we have structured the entire project, so that the function owns the overall project. Now, if we talk about the process owners, now this is the the list. The For the SD module, Mr. Vinod Gupta, he's ED Commercial CMO. Module, Mr. Javed Ahmed, ED CMMG Corporate Office. FICO, Mr. ED F&A Corporate Office. PM module, Mr. Deeptendu Ghosh, ED Works DSP. PP module, again Anjani Kumarji, ED Works Bhilai. QM module we have ED Works BSL, and for HCM module we have Mr. Pavan Kumar, who's ED P&A Bhilai. So that way we have tried to see that all the process owners are from the function itself. So you will see that I do not have any IT person here. So we want the function should own all this, the processes, the overall ERP project. And for process champions, these are again, like for example, SD, we have again, we have primary sales, secondary sales, marketing, outbound logics. So we have all, a lot of people. Again, the teams are from various plants also. If you look at it, we have people from different plants. We have taken, like for example, if you look at MM. So, one area of services is being looked after by Bilai, the materials is looked after by DSP, projects is being looked after by Bokaro, receipts again Durgapur, imports by TFCMO, warehouse management by CMO. So what I'm trying to tell you is that our organization is such a vast organization that getting hold of the right persons, and you can say that all these people are mostly have been handpicked, and that is why where I would say that we are getting tremendous support from our top management. By top management, I mean all the directors, just the chairmen sir themselves, that it's difficult to get people, but they have been very very cooperative, that they have whomsoever we are saying that yes, we want that this is the people who should be there in the team, and they have been very cooperative. All the director in charges, we have spoken to them and they are very cooperative. So this is what I'm saying, that the overall cooperation, that is wonderful. And today we are holding this session, which is again, you people will work as our brand ambassador, you will take this forward, and then will a lot of questions which will come through. You will reach out to our various sites, we will get information. So all these things are a positive signal that yes, we are going on to something very big, because the project is a very, very big project. Again, we have module leads and conveners, generally GM level, DGM level people across all the plants and units. Now, if I talk about in ERP implementation, what are the various stages? So there are essentially, you can say that we have divided this project in 4 stages. The stage 1 is our project preparation, harmonize. Yeah, Chandranath, you can point out if I'm going slow. If you feel that I should, put my foot on the accelerator, I'll do that. But I thought that
Sir,
maybe, yeah, I thought that maybe,
I
I'll.
think I think I think you are going with the perfect speed, sir, because we have to, take into consideration that we have very limited knowledge about what is going on in the organization. So I
Okay,
think
okay.
we are going at perfect speed, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, 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 fine. Thank you. Thanks. So there are basically 4 stages, you can say. The stage 1 is the project preparation and some basic harmonization of the processes, the license finalization, the RFP preparation. Now, again, this is a very, very important step which we are currently doing now. And as I was saying that, the process owners have to give the final, the clearance. Yes, this is what will be there in my process, because as of now we have a as is, that yes, this is how we are doing the process. But then there are aspirational aspect, as I was telling you, that for example, now currently we have a CRM. Now if I see, I come from CMO background, so I know that currently we have a CRM in our SAP, but we are hardly using it. Today the requirement of CRM has gone multifold. We want that all our communication should be handled through CRM module. All are, the leads, the opportunities. I should be know at any point of time, if I have to communicate with someone, if I have to, I should know, like for example, what happens in CMO. If you see, there are a lot of projects which are going on. So there are, what happens is that one person is, communicating with that person, something he's noting down, something he's uploading somewhere. But what happens is, in CMO the person gets transferred, or the person at the other end, supposing he is not there, or the new person comes in. Again, you have to rediscover the wheel again. You have to again get in touch with someone. But if you have everything maintained on your CRM system, you will know that who has interacted with them, what was our interaction, what happened, whether it got converted into something or not. So you will know everything. So that is why what I'm saying is that today's our requirement from digitals are changing. Vendors now, sometimes there was a time, when vendor, we used to look at vendor with a negative connotation, कि यार vendor के साथ में ना यार बहुत ज्यादा हिलना मिलना नहीं है, because there are a lot of things which are there with the vendor, and I don't want to go into that. You people are understanding what I'm trying to say. But what is happening is, now the vendors are our partners. I need something, and that has to be done very fast, very quickly. So I have to reach out to my vendor who can support me. There may be 10 vendors who can give me certain things, but there are 5 vendors who give me an excellent product. So all these things have to be there in my I have to they have to be there in my database, that who are the good vendors, who are, what will give them timely, who are the ones who delay the things. So all these things, information today we have. I'm not saying that we do not have the system, but we have certain things in our, the person goes, all the information goes. So all these things are the requirement of today. So as I was saying that, the stage, we are currently in stage 1, but it is a very, very important stage, because the license we have to finalize with SAP. There are new products which have come in. Which product suits my requirement is what we have to finalize now. And similarly, all these things have to be covered in the RFP. And this stage also involves a preparation of a overall estimate, which again will get approved at the board level, because this, you can understand that this is a big project. So 100 crore plus. So obviously, the approval has to be board level. So we have to be very, very clear. So this is the current stage where we are in. Stage 2 will be the selection of implementation partner. Again, we would adopt some good method of selecting the implementation partner, a QCBS methodology, so that we get a good implementation partner. Stage 3 will be the implementation stage, when we will be doing the implementation. So you have to do the entire project management and all those things. So that is again a very, very important stage. And the fourth stage would be the post go live, the support and the COE. COE, basically we talk about the center of excellence, because going forward what will happen is, as I was saying, that once we will have a centralized system, you will have a team which will be managing entire thing. Like, आज की डेट में क्या है, that we have, for example, if we talk about MM team, now Bhilai has a different MM person, Durgapur has a different. So going forward what will happen, you will have the representation again from the plants, but you will have a single team managing everything. So all these things will be part of your the center of excellence, which will be taking this thing forward, right? So that is the last stage of the project. Now, if I look at it, if you ask me that what about other PSUs, I would say that other PSUs are starting this journey. ONGC has implemented S4 HANA, but there again the advantage was that they were on a centralized system. Now, on a centralized system, switching over to S4 HANA is not that difficult. But what happens is, in our case, the situation becomes difficult because we are having 7 instances, and it is not possible to bring all 7 instances together and get one system, because, as I was saying, the processes are different, the way the systems are configured are different. The vendor, although there is a single UCS code, but there are cases where we are using multiple UCS code for the same vendor. So that is why it is not so easy. So if you look at it, ONGC has done it. HPCL has recently done in 2023. NMDC actually did not have any system, so they implemented S4 HANA directly. Then there are some smaller one. Other, if you look at it, the bigger ones, for example, IOC and the other ones, they are in the process. So that way we can say that SAIL is among the leaders in this S4 HANA journey. Now, what are the various modules? As I was saying, that we will have the main modules, the SD, MM, FICO, PP, PM, QM, all those modules will be there. Then, other than that, also there are certain additional modules which will be there. That is the HCM, which was not part of our journey. This will be there. And then other things like, for example, vendor invoice management, the document management system, which we did have, but it did not have so much of functionalities. We are going for certain document management system, so that we can go for a truly a paperless office. Then other things, for example, the audit management system, the EHS, SAP Analytics Cloud. As I was saying, that we are slightly weak on analytics, so we want to strengthen this particular area. Now, what is our way forward? Our way forward is that we have to finalize the RFP with the cost estimates, where we are already in that particular thing with the help of the these teams, as I was saying, the project, the process owners, the process champions, the harmonization team, and these are helping us in finalizing the RFP, and the commercial teams, which will help us in the finalizing the commercial aspects. The various softwares are being finalized. Budget approval is another activity which will take place, and this budget, as I was saying, that this will get approved at the board level. Next would be the tendering and IP selection. The project stage, again, where we will have the project preparation, whether the business blueprint, SAP audit, the realization, testing, training, cutover, data migration, and then the go live, and then the COE setup, and then the stabilization and all that happens to you. Now, what are the challenges which are currently there? Just one second. The biggest challenge is securing dedicated full-time crucial business resources. Now that is becoming difficult, because that is not difficult actually. I would say that is becoming slightly challenging because number of people are decreasing day by day. When we implemented in CMO, we have some a core team of 30-40 people. Then other plants and units had a big core team, 40, 50, 60 people, and but getting so many people full time would be difficult. So we will have to have some sort of a hybrid model. where some people are full time, some people are at the plant, some people are so that's a kind of a hybrid structure which we will be working. Another biggest challenge is the adopting SAP standard solution. Now, what has happened is that once the first wave was done, that is the ERP was implemented. At that point of time, we resisted the SAP standard processes. But what has happened is over a period of time, maintaining those different codes has become a kind of a challenge. So now people understand, even the process owners, they understand that yes, we should have gone for SAP standard solution rather than tweaking the solution as per our requirement. So now one good thing which has happened is that there is a the process champions and the process owners have that particular vision that yes, we should adopt to a standard solution. But yes, it will have its own challenges. We will have to change our way of working, and that becomes a challenge from our side. Now again, adopting common business processes. Now what happens is that they could see there are certain things. For example, if I talk about sales and distribution, now largely this particular activity is done by CMO. So you we already have a common business process for that, so it doesn't become a challenge. But if I talk about this again, we have our Bible, that is the PCP, becomes our Bible. So all things are, we can have a kind of a, maybe there might be some small differences, but there is we can chalk out those differences and have a common business process. But now you look at areas like, for example, PP, or you look at the area like PM, the maintenance. Now we do not have a central, so there we feel that having a common business process might be a kind of a challenge, in the sense, if I talk of QM, now somebody has LIMS system. If I talk about Bhilai has LIMS, that is the laboratory information management system. Others do not have that. So how to bring everyone at par, how to have a system which can take care of these local variations. Now that is a challenge. Now, managing such a large implementation team and project space, now that is again a challenge. Uh, Ensuring the data accuracy, integrity, addressing manpower shortages, the managing change management for non-ERP units. Now, people who have worked on ERP, they understand ERP. They know that what is this, what is that. So they are familiar with that. But I have large people who are from non-ERP units. So for them to understand that what is a cost center, what is a profit center, what is this, what is that. So that is a kind of a challenge. It is not that it's a difficult challenge. We will take help of the people who are already on ERP. We will definitely take their help to bring them on board with this parlance and this way of working. But then again, we feel that the change management would be major at the non-ERP units. Selecting the right implementation partner, as I was saying, that probably QCBS kind of approach, where we get a good implementation partner who has implemented not only S4HANA but also has implementation experience of our kind of implementation. That means our metal and mining space. So that is something which we are looking for. And currently, there's a small IT team from corporate office which is managing all these things. Although we have a lot of people, a lot of our support network is there, and I must say that people are very very positive, even though currently we have not put everyone full time on the project. But people are managing other their current work, but they are finding time for this work. And I must say I'm really thankful to all the people from the plants, from units, the way with the positive approach they have taken the entire thing. I'm really it's really commendable. So this is some of the activities which we have already done by corporate, as I was saying, the IT roadmap, the team formation, initial harmonization process, even before onboarding of consultant, RED, C&IT, Mr. Puneet Sharma. He has been one person who has been very, very supportive of all this. I must say that, as I was saying, that all the teams are helping us, but yes, you need support from the top management. And I must say, Director Finance, sir, the Chairman, sir, director commercial, director technical, director in charges at various plants and units. They've been very, very supportive. So, so this is about all where I try to cover the overall all thing and try to give you a overall picture that what is happening and what is there. So I think if there are some questions, I am there. My team is there. I'm sorry I did not introduce them. My team members: Rashmi Agarwal, madam, my Rashmi Mishra, Lakshmi, Mr. Ashish. These are also there. They are also there. So if there is one question, probably we will have their go, and plus so I think
Fantastic, sir.
yeah.
Actually, I just unmuted to, sir, maybe request you to little bit hurry up, but I think you have perfectly, covered all the aspect of, today's topic and given a lot of clarity. I'm sure the participants would agree. I will quickly take some of the questions. We have some in the chat box, and then we have some participants raising hand as well. So we'll see how much time we have. We have close to 5 to 10 minutes. So the first question has been from Kaushik Singh Gupta sir himself, one of the stalwarts in the domain itself. Sir has requested what all expected from the plans to make the Vihan successful in the possible time. Then we have technical query also, what is in memory computing. Then we have another query that will the EHS contain contractor safety management system as well. These are some of the questions, sir. So maybe you can, in one go try to address them, sir.
Yeah. So I'll try to address all these questions. So first question about the what are the expectations from plants. So as I was saying that the overall initiative is functional driven, and we have the process teams which are being led by ED level people, CM level people, and they are as part of the process champion. But what happens is that there are times when they do not know a particular subject, so they have to this is the role of IT teams to come forward to handhold people and to if there are some some observations, some issues or certain queries which are coming to their mind, or there are certain things where we can get right kind of person and get some expert inputs from them. So those are the kind of things which we need. So at plant level, our ERP teams, our CNIT setup will play a very, very important role. Their role will be to onboard as many people as possible, because what happens is that as I was saying that in this particular thing, what is happening is that everybody is coming with their own set of expertise and with their own set of experience. For example, if you look at me, now I have worked in CMO for a long time, so I am familiar with CMO ERP. I was part of their ERP, and I have also worked in MM. So that aspect I am carrying with me. But for example, stores area. Now, stores area is something we do not have in corporate office. We do not have in CMO. So stores is something which is unique to the plants. So those kind of experiences have to come from plant. So similarly, you talked about the EHS system. Now, for example, the contract management. Now, what happens is that we did not have EHS system in our earlier ERP. Similarly, we did not have the requirement of that kind of system for our let us say our ERP at CMO or our ERP at CMO at corporate office. So now those kind of things are coming in. So what we have done is for even for EHS, we have onboarded people. We have a team from which is being the EMD is taking care of that environment aspect. Similarly, for safety, we have the SSO team from the Ranchi itself, who is coordinating that what should be part of this. Because see, one thing is there. What happens is that there is one mistake which we do make is that sometimes what happens is that our aspirational things become too large. What we should target is, maybe a 80-20 or a 90-10 approach. This is what we feel is that, try to have 80% functionality in the initial thing, and maybe 20, 20, 30%, that we can, keep on adding. What happens is that at times we want everything, but what happens is that putting everything in one go doesn't, is not the right approach. I'll just give you an example. Matlab, I think most of the mentees are young guys, so probably you will not, be able to appreciate this particular thing. पहले क्या होता था ना, पहले जब हम लोग घर बनाते थे ना, अभी तो आज की डेट में वी बाय फ्लैट्स, द वी से कि आदमी ने फ्लैट दे दिया एंड वो करके हम लोग सीधा जाते हैं, चाबी लेते हैं एंड देन वी मूव इन. देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू कंस्ट्रक्ट आवर ओन फ्लैट्स. तो उसमें घर कंस्ट्रक्ट करते थे, उसमें क्या होता था ना कि दरवाजे पूरे नहीं लगे हैं, खाली मेन डोर लग गया है, ये चीज लग गया है, टॉयलेट जो है वो 4 हैं हमारे घर में लेकिन एक ही ऑपरेशनल है, एंड देन वी यूज्ड टू जस्ट मूव इन, एंड बाकी सारा चीज धीरे धीरे करके होता रहता था. So this is the approach we used to adopt. So what I'm trying to say is, if you try to have everything in one go, probably will fail. Will because so many expectations, so many things across the world. It will be difficult to have everything in first go. So what we have to do is we have to prioritize that. This is something which we have to prioritize. And yes, obviously, another thing which we have to keep in mind is कि design our process in such a way that I may be taking that in matlab maybe second phase or maybe later on, but it should fit in into my things. That is one thing which we have to ensure. So that is our main concern right now, that we should take in all the requirements. We should try to optimize, take everything, and whatever we are not able to take in, we should have those the blank blocks which can be later fit in. We should not have something कि अरे हमने तो process ऐसे design कर दिया अब क्या करें, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is something which we are taking on. Now there was one question about what is in-memory database. So actually HANA के साथ में HANA they is being promoted as in-memory database. HANA के अंदर में दो functionalities है which makes it unique. One is that earlier on, we could store large amount of data, but we had to retrieve all that data. Now this retrieval process was very, very slow. Now what happened? The SSD did help us in getting away with that kind of situation, but the SSDs were coming out very expensive. The SSD say I could retrieve the data very fast. Now what happens is the in-memory database mein, it works on the function of that it keeps some data in your drives, but it keeps large amounts of data on the RAM, from where it can be easily retrieved. So that is one functionality of in-memory database. Another functionality is the columnar database. So now what is there is that I do have a columnar database. Now earlier on, what happened is that, supposing what happens is whenever we are designing the tables, I will have, let us say, 100 columns or 200 columns, but it is not that 200 columns I'm retrieving at one point of time. I will be retrieving maybe only 10 columns or maybe 5 columns. So what happened is that, what the earlier databases will do is they will take these, this rows first, and then they will try to take out that what are the columns which I want to see. So this actually slowed down the process. With a new HANA database, the advantage is that it works in a columnar mode. Although basic functionality, basic things remain the same, you have to index, you have to do everything, all those things remain the same. But what happens is it works on a columnar mode. So if I have to retrieve 4 columns, so I can retrieve 4 columns in a single go. So this double transaction kind of a transaction, that is the one. So this helps us in getting that higher speeds. So I think two
Yeah.
questions. What is another question? Yeah.
Yeah, we have one question related to the duration, or I think the target date about the project. So, do we have any timeline, sir? That I think that is what participants would like to know. Do we have any timeline
We,
for this?
we, we, we have some timelines. Actually, PwC has given us some timelines. You can say it will be in excess of 1 year is what will be there. But what is there is that we are fine tuning, and we are trying to see that as I was saying, that we are in the first phase. So some, certain tightening up is going on, and frankly speaking, we do not want to tighten it to that extent that the dates become unrealistic. So we have to again go for a kind of a balance,
Right.
where we give sufficient time for this process harmonization, adoption of process. And in this, one of the very good thing is that even chairman sir, we had a presentation with them, and when we told him about the timelines, he said, please rework your timelines, please have a look of timelines. I am the last person to tell you ki that isko jaldi karo. I do not want jaldi wala cheez. I want that the thing should be well thought of. We should try to have everything, putting everything in a smaller thing. The timelines, probably the next version jab hamara hoga, maybe I think I will be in a better position to give you the timelines, because currently we are doing that, and that we will have to discuss with steering committee. I missed out that piece on steering committee during the entire presentation. We have a steering committee at the top level, which comprises of all these process owners which I talked about, plus our EDC and IT. So that is the apex level body, which actually is reporting directly to the director of finance and the director level. So these are the timelines which I have to we have to get a confirmation from them, and then we will release those.
Definitely. So we will definitely be looking forward, to have more interactions going forward during this. I think the great journey that SAIL has embarked upon, sir. Uh, uh, we must take this opportunity to congratulate, sir, the entire IT team who has been driving this key initiatives along with different committees who are formed. I'm sure this will be a game changer for our organization in the sector itself. So we are really short of time and don't want to cross our 1 hour mark. We would request you to drop your questions, ask as many questions in our WhatsApp group forum that we have created, or you can also ask over emails. You have the phone numbers, emails of myself as well, Naveen Jain sir. I will share in the group also. So, but the idea is that take cues from today's brief knowledge bite session and have more discussions to seek clarity, going forward between mentors and mentees. So quickly, before I invite Sanjay Dar sir for his remarks, I'll just, like all the time, I will have a quick poll regarding, because Chairman sir, when he visited MTI, has emphasized that you must ask about the feedback about whatever interventions that we are doing. So I'm going to quickly make an anonymous poll and ask your honest opinion. How did you like today's session? Whether you find it very informative, somewhat informative, you need more clarity. Obviously, because I had no idea about the insights of SAP implementation that is going on in, and I had got found it very informative. So I would request all of you to feel free and give your opinion. That would okay. So what I can see is that more than 70%, or I would say close to 80%, are people are finding it very informative. So that's great. Okay.
And I have not rated
Next,
it.
you have not. So poll is still open. If you have not rated it, feel free to go on the polling, and still 30 more responses I'm waiting. Then I will publish the result. Okay. So I'm closing the poll, and there is your result. I have 83% people who have found it informative. So thank you very much for your encouraging response. So I would request now. Before I request, so I'm really sorry. Thank you very much, Naveen Jan sir. I know last couple of weeks has been very stressful, and you had a lot of responsibilities going at the
Correct, correct,
backdrop.
correct.
But yet again, you committed and you said, "Don't worry, we'll have that session as scheduled." And thank you very much, sir, for taking time, and almost you have taken complete 1 hour explaining so patiently different aspects. So thank you so much, sir. Let me invite Sanjay Dar sir, Chief General Manager HRD MTI, who has been, the guiding force behind the entire initiative and keeping the flame of knowledge bite session glowing. Sir, for your remarks, please.
Thank you, Chandranath. I'd like to inform the House that Chandranath is steering this program from Calcutta, where he's attending a conference and has taken time out from there. So
Great.
he's not in his office. Please appreciate that. Huh? No, the point is, we are committed to it. The point is, we believe that we need to regularly get in touch with you and ensure that you are updated on different topics on what is happening in the organization, especially in the digital space, where you can start getting and discussing more with your mentees, the mentors. So once again, thank you all for joining. Uh, I'll reiterate a few points time and again. I appreciate the constraints on your time. That's why I said we'll stick to time. I especially appreciate the fact that despite that, you always manage to take time out for these interventions. I just have a small request for all the seniors who are the mentees in this case, because there's a role reversal, this is reverse mentoring. Uh, Please appreciate your juniors cannot keep coming to you every now and then and saying कि सर वो रिवर्स मेंटरिंग वाला सेशन करना है कब टाइम देंगे. At some point of time it becomes awkward for them. They'll not say it, but I am making that point. I'm also one of the mentees, so I'm as a peer to the other mentees, I am clarifying this issue. Please proactively spend some time with your mentors, with the juniors, to discuss some points with regard to the object, to the purpose of the mentoring process with them. Discuss some technology, whatever is of your interest. We have given an indicative list of points, but whatever is of your interest, uh, especially in the technology space, it is very important for the process to continue. We understand we are all bogged down. Formally speaking, we organize these events because we want the momentum to keep going. And we have kind of standardized it at first Saturday so that आपको भी एक आदत सी हो जाए कि भाई आप फर्स्ट सैटरडे है तो ठीक है यार, रोते पीटते आप कैलेंडर में ही डाल दो. My point is, please have your interactions with the mentors also as part of your calendar. सर इतना टाइम दे रहे हैं, आपके जूनियर्स हैं, ब्राइट यंगस्टर्स हैं, कंपनी का काम है, आपकी ग्रोथ के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. हाफ एन आवर, आई एम सेइंग जस्ट बजट हाफ एन आवर. उसके आगे आपका इंटरेस्ट बढ़ेगा, ज्यादा लंबा कॉन्वर्सेशन होगा, दैट्स ओके. कैन यू हैव दैट डिसिप्लिन ऑफ गेटिंग दोज पीपल एटलीस्ट वंस अ मंथ, half an hour with your mentors? Then we will know that things are making progress. Again, these are conversations which are not very natural for us because we have an urgency addiction. Please understand, I'm also in the same job. हमको बहुत सारे काम अर्जेंट रहते हैं, प्रेशर रहता है, but we have to learn how to manage our time in terms of fencing that half an hour for our learning and making our mentors also feel comfortable that yes, they can spend some time on it. My request again is, please spend some more time with your mentors. Get the conversation going. Trust me, after a few conversations, you will actually start finding significant value in that, and you will also miss those interactions if they are not able to happen at that point of time. मेरी बस ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि एक प्रोसेस को आदत बना लीजिए, बिकॉज गोइंग फॉरवर्ड this will be needed for you to be able to cope better with the kind of challenges that you're going to face, with the kind of technological landscape that you're going to face. So I think with that request, I'd once again like to thank you all that you have spent time here, and I hope that you find it meaningful. We'll try to make more and more interactive, interactions for you, more interesting interactions for you. So thanks a lot. I think we have taken 10 minutes more. I've taken 5 minutes out of that, but we are sticking to it.
Thank you so much, sir. But before we, part ways from today's session, I will again, like all the time, ask you again through a start a small poll. What topic would you like to hear about in our next episode? So you might be seeing a chat box on your screen wherein you can type a response, suggest some topics. We'll try to, accommodate as many as topics which can be covered through this small knowledge bite session. So the next knowledge bite session will be on 6th of January. The links will be the same because this is a permanent link we have for knowledge bite sessions. So please feel free to suggest topics that you want to hear about in the next knowledge bite session. But you have to promise that before that knowledge bite session, at least you will have one interaction on SAP S4 HANA with your mentees and with your mentors. So that would give some fruitful outcome with the initiatives that we have taken. So we have got some fantastic suggestions like AI related. We have already had a session on Chat GPT, so we'll see about that. Change management is also there. Continue with the same topic, so they want again to discuss about SAP. Okay, then we have GEM. Okay, government e-marketplace is again one of the technological platforms, so that could be one option. Retail marketing. Okay, automation of yard management, net zero initiatives in the sale, AI integration with MS Office, Power BI, SOP, reliability engineering, AI tools. Okay, so I have got lot many responses,
We'll plan
and
accordingly.
maximum response is coming up for the gym, I think.
Good. So let's have the next one on jam. Done.
Okay.
Agreed on that. आनंद को बोल दो जैम पे कर लेंगे. Good.
So that's a fantastic decision making, sir. Okay, definitely we'll try to accommodate. So I'll save all the suggestions, and we'll most probably figure out to conduct the session on
ठीक है.
gem
I
itself.
think jam पे कर लो because jam is a relevant topic for everybody and
Okay, sir.
technology enabler. हाँ. हर कोई
Great.
मतलब दुखी या सुखी मतलब engage तो होना है, वो चारा नहीं इसके साथ.
Okay, so
Okay.
thank you very much for your active participation and the suggestion. Once again, thank you, Naveen Jan sir. Thank you to all the chief general managers and executive directors who have joined as a mentees, all the young, enthusiastic reverse mentors, and the team HRD from all plants and units. I would like to thank EDCNIT as well, EDHRD, CGM HRD sir, and FF Academics. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again on first Saturday of January, that is 6th of January. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.